The Franklin and Marshall wrestling team traveled to Piscataway, New Jersey from March 8th to 9th for the 109th edition of the Eastern Intercollegiate Wrestling Association Championships hosted by Rutgers. On day one, F&M's Richard Durso stole the tournament spotlight as he rolled to the championship bout of the 141-pound weight class with victories over a pair of higher-ranked opponents. Durso entered the tournament seeded 5th after a superb regular season in which he posted a 34-3 individual record, including a perfect 16-0 mark in dual meets. He entered EIWAs riding a 12-max winning streak and kept that streak going with a stellar performance on day one. Durso opened the competition with a convincing triumph over 4th-seeded Trevor Meldy of Rutgers, pinning Meldy in 3 minutes and 58 seconds for his 6th win via fall of the year. In the semifinals, Durso was matched up against top-seeded and 2012 EIWA runner-up Michael Nevinger from Cornell. The duo went neck-and-neck throughout the contest, but Durso outlasted the top seed by a 4-3 decision to advance to Saturday's finals. In the championship, Durso faced off against another higher-seeded foe, 3rd-seeded Charles Cobb from the University of Pennsylvania. Cobb upended 2nd-seeded Stephen Keith of Harvard 6-3 in Friday's semifinals to set up the championship showdown with Durso. But his ride would end there as Durso secured his 15th straight victory with a 5-4 decision to capture EIWA gold, becoming the first F&M wrestler to hold the top spot on the medal stand at EIWA since 1994 and 9th overall.
So man number 7, we now move to the 141-pound weight class. This is bout number 45, the 9-seed Richard Durso. And he is out of Franklin and Marshall. He's in the blue singlet, and he is taking on McCade Ford out of Wyoming. Durso comes in 37-3. He's your 9-seed, and he's taking on Ford, who's 14-12.
From EIWAs, it was on to Des Moines, Iowa for the NCAA Championships from March 21st to the 23rd at the Wells Fargo Arena. Durso opened with a 6-1 victory by decision over Wyoming's McCade Ford, setting up a second-round showdown with 8th-seeded Nick Dardanes of Minnesota.
On mat 4, here we go. Bout 214, we have Richard Durso from F&M. He's 38-3. He's your number 9 seed. He's taking on Nick Dardanes, the number 8 seed from Minnesota, 26-7 coming into the tournament.
Durso and Dardanes went at it in a physical back-and-forth bout that featured multiple stoppages due to blood time. Knotted at 4 apiece after 3 periods of tough wrestling, the two grapplers went scoreless in the first overtime, before Durso registered an escape in the tiebreaker period and rode out Dardanes for the dramatic 5-4 victory, sending Durso to the quarterfinals.
Durso coming up to his feet. He's looking to peel hands. 8 seconds left. He's turning in, and he's away for the escape. Durso locks in crotch, lifting Dardanes, trying to return to the mat, and he trips him down. Dardanes is flying him out on the far side. Now he's back up to a tripod. Durso riding hard on the left-hand side, claw ride, and now he has him broke down. Durso dropping to the hip, is locked around the waist, looking to trip, and there's going to be the ride out. It's going to be Richard Durso, your number 9 seed from Franklin and Marshall, over the 8 seed Nick Dardanes of Minnesota.
And here we go, quarterfinals, 141 pounds. Ricky Durso, Franklin and Marshall, Hunter Stieber, Ohio State.
In the quarterfinals against top-seeded and undefeated Hunter Stieber of Ohio State, Durso was narrowly edged in a matchup that came down to the final seconds. Stieber took the initial 4-2 advantage with a pair of takedowns in the middle stages of the first period. Durso started down in the second and notched an escape to make it 4-3, and the remainder of the second featured both wrestlers holding their ground. Stieber tallied an escape to begin the third to make it 5-3, but Durso came roaring back down the stretch, making for a thrilling and controversial finish.
5-3, 29 seconds of riding time, 1 minute and a half to go in the bout. Riding time not a factor here. Arm drag by Durso, 2 takedown, and we have a tie score. Durso, Stieber tied up here. Anything can happen at the NCAA tournament. Durso, nice hip pop return, goes offside arm chop. Now looking for back points. 1 swipe, 2 swipes. Durso, 2 near falls, takes the lead, 7-5, 1 minute to go in regulation. Stieber with the reversal. One escape for Durso. 8-7. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. No weight on the hands yet. I think we might go to the videotape on this one as well. Confirm the call. It is 9-8. 16 seconds to go. Durso on the bottom. Hunter Stieber, a hammer on top. Can he finish on top for 16 seconds? Let's see. Stieber drops down to the leg. He doesn't have to come up because he has not been warned for stalling yet. I do not agree that he has not called. The crowd agrees. Should have called a stalemate there, but he didn't call a stalemate. Hunter Stieber, your winner, 9-8.
The defeat to Stieber sent Durso to the final 16 of the Wrestlebacks, where he fell to Virginia Tech's Zach Nybert by a 6-3 count, bringing the winningest single season in F&M history to a close.